Good evening, Mr. Nduli. Okay, this is Nozipho Mngomezulu. I'm reflecting on what was happening on my lesson. So my lesson was about the financial statement based on partnership, not on sole trader. So I taught three things: appropriation account, number two, current account, and then capital notes. Okay, what was happening? My introduction was very smooth, but learners were very interested to do this. What was happening? I was teaching using the charts, so every learner was expected to come and paste on a suitable space. So I pasted the chart with the income statement. So I asked them, what is this? They told me, what is that on the board? That is an income statement. Then I told them that they are expected to come. It was an engaging introduction, because every learner, I put so many expenses. Learners were expected to come. Then after that, I asked them that what the income statement is really about. They answered me like that they told me that it's about calculating the net profits of the business. So it was very, very interesting. Then I asked them, what is a balance sheet? Okay, then I told them that we're gonna focus on the parts that is about owners equity. Why I was saying that, because capital note is based on the owner's equity when you're calculating how much money that we are paying for a capital for the business. So it was very nice. It was very interesting. The lesson was very engaging in the introduction. So others, they didn't participate on the introduction parts, and it was very, very make me disappointed, because income statement they were taught on grade 10. But at the same time, I tried to make everyone so engaged by asking them the small question that what is a profit, why we should make a profit, what's happening if the business didn't make a profit. So everybody was now engaging on the introduction. So my introduction was very, very smooth and good. Thank you for the introduction parts. Okay, now let's move on the development parts. Okay, so on the development parts, okay, it took me to teach this development part maybe 40 minutes. Okay, it was very, very interesting, but at the same time, some other learners were very, very confused. I am saying this. In our classroom, we are divided. Other learners are so fast and quickly, others they are too slow. So accounting is very challenging subject, but I tried so many ways to teach this. So I started with the appropriation accounts. I told them that we have T accounts with debits and with credits. I told them what we should debits, and I told them what should we credits, and I told them the components, like example, salaries, interest on capital for each partner. Like everybody was confused about the structure and the partnership, but I was repeating that this is a partnership, not a sole trader. But it was nice to teach them this part, but I told them that we need to pay attention every time when we are based on appropriation account, because we need to calculate the profit of the business and how the capital is being shared to each partner. Okay, then next I taught them the current account. Teaching them the current account was very challenging, because some learners, they do not understand the definition, but what is current account. But so I tried to start with the definition, then then I showed them the account, the T account on the board. Then I told them the components, what we should debit and what we should credit. Some learners were too slow to write on their exercise book, but I told them to write so that they should go and practice it at home. Then we moved to them We move to the capital account. So capital account, it is an income account, but here we are doing the nose, not the T account. I told them that this is not a T account. This is what? This is a note. So there is a difference. There's no debit or credit here. But on appropriation account, I told them that is a T account. On a current account, then I told them that this is a current account. So we should open the current account. It was easier, but it was really challenging at the same time for those students who are slowly. I tried to make some small record for those who are learning by listening. I was using my cell phone and laptop at the same time to try to do some record. Then those who are able to learn by listening, I was trying to give them that. But at the same time, it was really challenging because other learners, it's difficult for them to absorb information, especially if they are slow. But I tried in many ways. I was doing some examples and I was telling them that everything in partnership, we should divide it, we should do it in a good way. Like you need to divide every time, so you should get some percentages to calculate the interest on capital. So it was not easier for them because this part really made a learner to pay attention. Okay, I told them the notes that every time the capital is changing in the business, and they do understand that, but it was really challenging to calculate, for them to calculate the changes on capital. I told them that always the capital change, and not everyone in the business get the same capital. They did understand that, and they even asked question about what is capital, what is happening on capital notes. So I told them, and it was easy for me to answer that. Others, they were participating, and others, they were not participating because they were confused. But at the same time, it was good to teach them this part. It was very, very interesting at the same time. So I think next time I should improve myself doing some color coded to divide these things. Like I should divide it and make some games to make them feel comfortable, because some others, they like to play while they are focusing. Others, they like to be serious. So I would, next time I will change the way I'm using my teaching strategy. I will try to use some different teaching strategy, like using laptops to show them some different account and notes, how to write the capital notes. So I think this lesson was very good for e-development. It was nice, I can say that, to teach this topic, because learners were participating and encouraged to listen to the topic. Okay, after teaching them these three things, I gave them the activity. So the activity was based on appropriation account, current account, and capital notes. So what happened? What was happening? Okay, most learners, they did well to the capital notes. Why I'm saying this? On a capital note, it was easy for them to make the balance at the beginning for each, then the changes, drawing for each partner. So what was really challenging, the thing that was really challenging, it was some transaction that is based on appropriation account. Okay, what was happening? Other learners, they did well to debit those salaries for partners, interest on capital. Others, they failed to do that. They were debiting instead of crediting. They were crediting instead of debiting. So it was challenging to do the appropriation account. But some others, they were good, others, they were not good. I think I should improve myself due to the appropriation account so much, because some learners failing to understand the transaction and how to calculate the interest. Okay, on the conclusion part, it was nice because I taught them everything and we done the activity. So I was recapping, I was asking the questions, what was happening on appropriation, what was happening on capital, on what was happening on the current account. So everybody was answering those questions, but some others they did not answer that question, and I was very worried about that, because I taught them everything what was needed, what we should debit, what we should credit. I told them that even the capital is not always the same, because the contributions still are not the same due to the partnership law. Then I done the summary. I was summarizing the lesson. Others they were taking notes, others they were not taking notes. I don't understand why, but everything was good on the conclusion parts, and I gave them their homework to do some research. What is a capital, what is current account. I think everybody must go home to do that research. So everything was very interesting, and others they were so bored. I don't understand why, but I tried to do anything for them, giving some handouts, notes during the lesson. Others they were answering in a very good way, and others they were so scared to answer my questions. I don't know why, but as a teacher, I really need to help them, and I'll make sure next time that I'll make sure that I will carry all the resources that is needed, and I will make sure that I use different teaching method, not explaining on, but giving some real life examples, maybe carrying some color coded diagram, using some diagram to make the difference, like the things that we should debit, things that we should credit, and like what's our income, what's our expenses, giving them the different types of expenses and income in some other ways, like maybe creating a diagram, maybe different things to make them more confident or pay attention. It was hard to teach them, but at the same time it was nice because others were participating, and others they did ask some question, but others they didn't ask more questions, because I think the way the learner absorb the information is differ from each other. Others they like to ask some question, others they don't like to ask some question. But as a teacher, I'll make sure next time that everyone is engaging on my lesson, and I really want to improve my lesson this time to include everyone in my lesson. Thank you. I hope Mr. Nduli you will enjoy to look this video. Thank you.